We have a special treat for you today, so stick around. Welcome to Money Moves Podcast, the financial podcast without all the fluff.
We're Molly and Caroline, two financial marketing coworkers turned besties, and we're here to help you take control of your cash.
We'll break down everything you need to know to make smart money moves and hopefully not bore you to death.
Think of us as your financial hype squad, bringing you real stories and tips to help you start stacking your cash. So let's start making those money moves. We are not financial experts. We are just two regular people. Always do your own research and ask a professional for personalized advice.
Welcome to Money Moves Podcast by KTVAECU. We are super excited today because we have our very first guest on the podcast, and we're so excited for you to meet her. She's been with the credit union for 11 years, and like me and Caroline and many of our staff here, she really loves what the credit union stands for, people helping people, members helping members. But today, we are talking about card fraud. We got a lot of feedback from you guys on our previous episode about fraud. So we really want to hone in on card fraud because Maranda is our card expert, and she's going to tell us all the things we need to know today. So welcome to the podcast.
So excited to be here.
We're so stoked to have our first official
guest. This is a big deal.
I love being the first.
Yes. Who doesn't though, right?
I want like an honorary something. Just put like a JCPenney style photo on the...
We'll put a plaque up here for you. First official guest.
Yes. The first guest. I love it.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So right now, I feel like card fraud is happening everywhere, and I don't know about you, but that's mostly what I use is my card.
Absolutely.
So why do you think card fraud really kicks up around the holiday times? I mean, really any holiday, it seems like we always get a lot of card fraud questions.
Yeah.
So the reason that card fraud tends to spike around holidays and the holiday season, especially right now, is because it basically it's a busy time for scammers because it's a busy time for consumers.
Yeah.
And so card activity it's at an all-time high.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
So people are busy traveling, they're preparing for the holidays, they're buying gifts, and when you're busy, you're distracted, which is the number one easiest vulnerability for a scammer to exploit, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely the number one reason why that's gonna tick up around
that makes
those
sense.
times.
That makes total sense. Yeah, we talked about in our first fraud episode, they tried to really capitalize on those busy moments in life where you're not thinking, you're not slowing down, you're not able to just sit down and process kind of what's been being asked of you or being told to you.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense because the holidays do feel extremely jam-packed.
Well, I mean, just think about it. If you're out shopping and you're trying to get your items, and then all of a sudden you get a call or something that's it makes you panic a little bit that there's fraud, but sometimes that may even be a fraudster themselves, but you're trying to have fun and get your stuff, mark off your list, whatever. Yes. And so it really makes sense.
If a scammer hit me up, let's say I was being hit up for card fraud in the middle of a checkout line, it would be disastrous for me because I get so stressed out, especially if I have actual cash and I'm trying to count it out or anything. I'm I've never been in society before. This is my first time out and about, actually.
Yeah, and going to the mall during the holidays too is
it's already traumatic.
It's literally like Mission Impossible because you're rushing through, you're trying to dodge kiosks, sales people, and so when you're super busy, I mean you're just literally it's survival.
Yeah, it's survival of the fittest for sure.
I have a funny story about a kiosk.
Okay.
So this was back young days. I was probably a freshman in college, and checks were a bigger thing back then than they probably are today. I got stopped at a kiosk, and they were like, "Oh, we want to give you this lotion, whatever." It was life changing, whatever it was. But
always is.
Clearly.
And I was like, I don't have any money. I'm a college kid. And they're like, "Oh, that's okay." And they're like, "Do you have a check?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't have any money." They're like, "That's fine. Just write us a check." And I'm like, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I don't think that's how that works.
That's how that works.
But yeah, so I didn't get it.
They were trying to get that blank check.
They were trying.
Fill in the number right there at the end.
Yeah,
the $1 million
I pull a Tom
lotion.
Cruise and I hug the walls.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I hug the walls. There's going to be plenty of people rushing in the middle, so they create a nice barrier. I'm hugging the walls.
Yeah.
So. Sometimes pretend I'm on the phone and I'm not even on the phone.
It's like, hey, I gotta get
Hey,
out
talk
of
to me real quick, Molly. How you doing, girl?
That's so funny.
But anyways.
Yeah. So what types of fraud should people be looking out for during the holidays specifically?
So the biggest one, I think, throughout the year, but especially during the holidays, is going to be your phishing scams.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And to more honorably mention, I want to bring up charity fraud.
That's a good
Because
one. Yeah.
this is the season of giving, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of legitimate charities are going to be using all kinds of forms of communication. And in this digital age, there are many.
Yeah.
So whether it's email or text messages or cold calling, and of course your crowdsourcing websites, your GoFundMe's, things like that, right?
Yeah.
They're going to take advantage of that because they know, like, emotions really drive you through the holiday season.
yeah.
So true.
So that's a lot of, you know, the phishing scams are going to be the biggest to look out for.
Yeah.
I would say skimming is going to be the second one I would want to mention because people, again, like I said at the beginning of the pod, people are traveling a lot. And the easiest place for people to put a skimmer is going to be your fueling pumps.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We didn't really talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't
so, like,
talk
maybe
about
explain
skimming at
that and,
all.
like, what to look out for, how
Yeah.
to, like, test that.
Yeah. So the good news is that as technology, you know, constantly advances, they are making card readers that are more flush with the machine.
Yep.
It's making a lot harder. They're putting skimmer bars on, you know, anywhere that could possibly be placed.
Right,
yeah.
So the best thing to do is anytime you go up to a fueling pump, just do like a really good tug on the reader if it's not flush with the machine, because just as easily as they want to be undetected and put it on there, they're going to want to easily be able to remove it.
Yep.
And I'm talking drive-by style.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So definitely do that. But that's going to be a big one because with people traveling, a lot of people are going to be using fuel pumps.
Yeah. Okay. That's a
good to
great
know,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
A third one that I think is also really important to mention is elder exploitation. Holidays are really family focused. You know, people want to love on everyone during the holidays.
Yeah.
And with elder exploitation, you know, your grandparents spend a lot of time alone, possibly, or your parents.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, elder exploitation could be done by a complete stranger, but most of the time it's going to be done by their closest family members and or caretakers that may be in or outside of the home.
Yeah.
I would
that's
agree.
great.
Yeah. So, like, if someone maybe has someone in their life that maybe they feel like is maybe being a part of exploitation, is there somewhere that they should reach out to? Like, what's their steps they should take if they feel like maybe one of their loved one is falling victim to that?
I mean, they can absolutely reach out to us. If they have a family member that's going to be able to assist them, they can bring them in. We can absolutely pull statements, go through their accounts, advise them on the best practices moving forward to make sure we can keep their account secure. So I would say absolutely, regardless of whether they have someone assisting them or if they can make it into us on their own, if they think they are being exploited, absolutely go to your financial institution. We're the best place to go.
Yeah.
I love that. We are the best.
Yeah,
place
we
to
are
go.
the best place to go. 100%. So on all three of those, could you share a real life example or story, without naming any names, potentially, that highlights how quickly card fraud can happen, or just like a general example of kind of what that looks like throughout the holiday season? Just a little story time.
Yeah. And there are many. And
I was about to say, I feel like you might be brimming with some of them.
in my field, I mean, a lot of what we see are going to be the phishing scams. That's the one I'm probably most familiar with.
Yep.
And they're reaching out and they're impersonating not only charitable causes or very notable merchants such as Amazon or McAfee.
I've
things
gotten
like
that Amazon one before.
Yeah, and so, you know, they'll say, oh, something went wrong, I have to correct it. And the fraudster is going to create this sense of urgency, this sense of crisis, and then offer up this solution. Well, we can fix this for you, but we're going to need your card information to either verify or, you know, but the funny thing is it's literally as quick as clicking a mouse.
Yeah.
If they send you a phishing email, you know, they're going to tell you to resolve this issue, click this link. It could be loaded with a virus. It could be loaded with ransomware. Anything that could allow them to do a total device takeover where, you know, if you then log in on your online banking, they may be able to get your credentials or see really sensitive information. So it's literally that quick.
So don't click the links.
Don't click the link.
Don't click the links.
And if you question it, just call us.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the best.
Because, I mean, there are times where you may get links and texts that may be legitimate, but like now I'm just so worried, even the legitimate ones.
Yeah.
So like if I do get one and let's say it is legitimate and I call the place that sent me, they're not mad at me. You know, they're like, oh, it really is us, or thank you for confirming. We're glad you're, you know, taking steps to protect your information.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay if you don't even click a real one.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just
And
don't do it.
I think too that's so important to also say, like, don't click the link, but like oftentimes you know the link to use. Like you
true.
log into your bank all the time. Like how about you go through the pathway that you know if you get an alert from your financial institution
That's a great idea.
and see if they have an alert posted on your account. That's what I've done before if I've gotten like an Amazon text message or the
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I bring this one up a lot, but that driver's license, like toll bridge scam that was going around. I literally was like, this is crazy. And then I went to their like government website and they were like, do not fall for this scam. And I was like, oh, period. Okay. It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think people really do have this like sense of feeling like if they reach out to someone for help, they're either being a burden or they're being annoying, or maybe they have that sense of, oh, this is a stupid question.
Oh, yeah.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
Yeah. Facts.
If you
Say
question
say
it,
louder.
Say it louder.
exit out, right? Call us directly.
Yeah.
We'll get all the details. We'll be best to advise you on, you know, don't click that link.
Yep.
We'll give you tips on how things you can hover over. I mean, we're regularly tested on phishing emails, right? So it's something now that I'll be like, you know, this looks really legit, but I'm going to report that. And
Just in case.
They'll tell me if it's good or not.
Yeah, I do that all the
case.
time. I'm like, yeah, they'll tell me if it's fake. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, kind of moving into those like things to look out for, what are some early warning signs that your card or account information has been compromised? What are some things to look out for?
Yeah.
there?
So the thing with warning signs those are going to be there before the fraud occurs. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
with the phone calls, with the emails, in the text messages, you're always going to want to keep an eye out for if you tell them that you're suspicious of them, are they getting angry at you?
Ooh, yeah.
Right? Are they not giving you time to speak and making demands on what information you need to provide them?
That's such a good point.
These are all going to be your warning signs, and if caught early, can prevent the fraud.
Yeah.
Now, signs that your information has been compromised are going to be real-time indicators that fraud is occurring. So that's going to be, you know, the $0 to low dollar amount transactions that you may see hitting your account. Sometimes, you know, and there may not be warning signs at all that it has been compromised because, say, if it was obtained through a scammer, right, some may go right out the gate and just try large purchases to kind of drain your account.
Wow. Okay.
So, those are definitely some red flags, but that sense of urgency is a big one. And then once they start becoming hostile on the call because, you know, that they see that you're very suspicious of them.
Yeah. 100%.
That's a good point. I remember one time my mom got a call from the credit union, quote unquote, and I was like, Mom, that's not us, even though it looked like it was. And they were asking lots of questions, and I was just like, I kept playing like I didn't know the answer. And finally, they got frustrated, and I was like, "Mom, listen, this is how I know." Listen, Mom, and she was like, "Oh," and that's exactly what they did. They got frustrated because I didn't know my account number, I didn't know my social security number because I didn't.
Which I was going to highlight that point too. I think that's so important that you pointed that out. That like your financial institution is never going to get frustrated at you for being cautious about this stuff because we know what an issue it is.
We're telling you to be cautious.
We're like, please protect yourself. Like we want that for you. So that is such such a great tip. I love that.
I've even gone so far where people have called in directly and they're like, how do I know that how do I know I'm speaking, you know, with the credit union? I just feel really uneasy. And I'll be like, okay, if you feel more comfortable, feel free to disconnect and you can just call back. Yeah. Here's my name. You can ask for me in card services, you know,
I love that.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bug me at all if you get suspicious with me. I'm like, that's fine. Just call back in.
Yeah. You can't be mad at that.
You can't. You can't knock that.
So let's talk about like what are some things that people can do to help keep their cards more secure, to keep like what are some habits that we should be following? And I feel like I'm going to learn a lot right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see, my main tips. Well, first of all, it's important to note that cardholders themselves are the first line of defense when it comes to fraud prevention, right?
You hear that? It's you.
It's you. You're the first line of defense.
Yes, you hold the power in preventing fraud on your account. And, we're there for the assist on the back end. But the main things are going to be, first and foremost, not giving out your card information, making sure the cards themselves and the information on them remain secure. If you want to help someone, if someone's asking you for assistance, look at either purchasing the items they may be needing, giving them cash, or gift cards, right? Just making sure that you're not allowing others to use your card, because then at that point, the liability shift falls on the card holder, right?
Yeah.
Regularly monitoring your account online.
Yes.
There are a lot of people that are uneasy about online banking. That's understandable. As to why we are here. But our online banking is very, very secure. And as long as you're keeping your credentials secure, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. So you always want to make sure that you're utilizing online banking and regularly monitoring the activity that is going in and out of your account. The next one, which is one of my favorites, is using the self-service tools that your financial institution may offer. So everything from setting controls for your card spending, setting alerts, which is my all-time favorite part of it.
Me too.
Yeah, so you get those real-time push notifications anytime the card is used. If suspicious or fraudulent activity is detected, turning the card off at that point, just to give you enough time to really reach out to your institution and get everything kind of locked down, right?
I love the card control one. And I know a lot of financial institutions are offering that.
Yes.
But what I love about it is that you can go in and set up an alert. If you want every single transaction when you swipe your card to send you a notification, you can set it up.
Yes.
And then that way what is this $5.67 from Amazon? I haven't been on Amazon today.
Wait, I was going to go back and touch on this too, because I think that being proactive like that on your card is so important, because I've set that up on every single debit card that I have, specifically my debit cards. I routinely check my credit card statement. So I'm looking at that more frequently sometimes than my debit card. But I have an alert set up every single time it's used. And one of my debit cards got pinged the other day down in Texas. And I was like, what is going on? But I was able to it was how there's parking kiosks across town?
Yes.
And some of them you don't, once you have an account, you just drive through. This is so funny. It was my old license plate from a car, because I just got a new car recently. So it was my old license plate, and I had to alert them, and I was like, hey, I forgot to remove this car from my account. I don't have this anymore. And I was able to lock my card until they were able to be no problem. We took care of that, blah, blah, blah. But it was just the craziest thing, because I was like, wait a second, that's my old Jeep. What am I doing? That's not me.
How do they have all this information?
I know. And I was like, and also I have my old license plate in the back of my new car. So I was like, how did they? And they were like, oh, sometimes our cameras, this is a rare instance where our cameras mess up. And it jumbled up, I guess, the letters. So it wasn't even the right plate number. They just pulled my old plate number by accident. But it immediately charged my card $25. I was like, no, we're locking you. We're taking care of that.
Wow, that's wild.
That's why I love the push notifications on every transaction.
See, I love that.
I would have never caught that if I hadn't got that notification.
It gives me such peace of mind. I don't live my life and have it revolve around constantly being in there. I have peace of mind knowing I have all of these tools.
Yeah, it's coming to you.
Correct.
As opposed to you going to
Correct.
it. Yeah.
And I'll still monitor it regularly in the morning, around my lunch break, at night when I'm, instead of doom scrolling and I can do something more productive. I'm going to go in and check my account, but it just gives me such peace of mind living my day to day, knowing if something's going to happen, it's going to come through on my phone.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't have their phone?
Right. Yeah. You always have your phone.
Yeah.
Like me, I am definitely have my phone chronically. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But what I love about like financial institutions have security things in place to help protect you.
Yes.
But what I love about the tools that are offered is that you kind of can take it into your own hands.
Yes.
And you can be proactive about your own security. And I love that because just like with you, had you never set that up, it would have already you would have had to look at your account or notice something was off, like your balance wasn't adding up.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a little bit further down the road, but you got it immediately.
Because let's talk about why I also did that is because I'd much rather lock my card and get it figured out than have to order a new card and reset up every single payment that I have.
Just to realize it's legitimate.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't go through a new debit card.
No.
Like, I'll do it when it expires, but like, I'm not resetting up all this junk.
All
like,
the things.
It's a pain.
I agree.
And knowledge really is power. And I think that's what's so great about this podcast and getting it out there. And then when members call in and we're able to educate them because it is power. And when you feel empowered, I mean, it's kind of the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's a good feeling.
And I love that you're talking about that too, because something else that you said that I wanted to touch base on and look at my Gen Zs and say is Miranda said it. Check your accounts. Monitor your accounts. I know so many Gen Z people out there, my friends especially, that just will not check their accounts for long stretches of time because it gives them so much anxiety. And it like is once you empower yourself over your accounts, which I think is also like the whole motto of this podcast is empowering yourself with your finances. You will feel so much more peace of mind and that anxiety will wane. It'll get less each time you do it. But check your accounts. Don't be afraid of digital banking. It's a resource. Check them. Check them.
And I know you said Gen Z, but there are people in my life of all generations that don't check their account balance. So like,
but I get it. It's an anxiety. It can be. It's something that I had to overcome in my financial journey. Was like, it's the whole like. And I feel like this is the whole theme of the podcast, but like not knowing your budget, being afraid to check it. And then it's like it snowballs on itself daily of like being afraid to check it and afraid to check it until it becomes this big thing that you can't do. If you get in the habit of, like Miranda was saying, like your lunch break or when you wake up or when you go to bed, instead of doom scrolling, just make it a quick little check-in.
Give yourself 5 minutes.
Right? So,
I think for me, like when I think back to like when I first started my money journey, it was always a little depressing. And I think that's why maybe some people, because, you know, like we went to ETSU and we've talked to the students and a lot of them are like, how can I get more income? How can I save more? And so like you look at that balance and you're like,
I'm an alumni. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
I need to. I'm a Bucks alum. I'm also a Vols alum. But so when they played this year, that was
that's so cool.
Yeah, I was like, I had to be like, go sports.
Go sports. Go teams. That's awesome.
But one thing I do want to touch on, speaking of checking your account, the push to wallet feature in card controls. What it allows you to do is add your card directly to your digital wallet on your device, and it bypasses the need for additional verification due to the security that's already required to log in. And with digital wallet,
I need to do this.
A lot of people are terrified of the digital wallet space, the tokenization, Apple Pay, Google, Samsung Pay space. Anything new like that is going to create pause, right? But the really cool thing is that your digital wallets are the most secure form of payment.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Look at that camera and say that again. People, listen to this.
Tokenization and digital wallet is the most secure form of payment.
I love that. I need that. I need to hear that sometimes. So like hearing that from a card expert, sometimes I'm like, sometimes your phone feels a little fake, you know, like when you're scanning it and like tapping it against something, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. But like hearing you say that it is safe, that makes me want to use it more. Like truly.
Because of the security required to like set it up, but also the process that it uses, which is called tokenization. So basically when you request this token, it uses a cryptographic key, if you want to get technical with it. And through through this cryptographic key known as a token, your information is sent from basically your issuer to the merchant and so on and so forth. And that's how your card information is sent for payment. So they would have no card information, security, CVV, anything like that.
So I just want to back up for a second just to kind of like break it down.
That's so cool.
You add your card to your digital wallet and when you're using it, it's using an encrypted key to protect your information. That's amazing.
That's so
great.
cool.
Like I use my digital wallet all the time. That's the only way I like to use it, unless there's a merchant that doesn't do tap to pay. But
I know one of those.
There are a few.
There are a few.
We
won't name names. There are a few.
And again, who doesn't have their phone?
But I always have my phone.
That's the whole reason I added my cards to my digital wallet, because I left my wallet at home one day and I was like, oh, I'm down bad. This is embarrassing.
See, it's a convenience thing for me, but like knowing that is like so good. Like it's just one more step you can take to keep your stuff more secure.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I don't think we've ever talked about the security aspect of digital wallet. We're like, it's easy and convenient.
Yeah, and it is. But wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah. So let's jump into like, okay, let's say maybe I've had fraud, maybe I've never had fraud, but like, what should I do? Like, if something sounds too good to be true or something doesn't feel right, regardless if it's phishing or a phone call, like whatever, what should I do? Like, what's like some good tips to take away? Like, what's your number one go-to?
Yeah. So immediately, 3 words, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. If anything seems suspicious, don't do it. Don't click on it. Hang up the phone. Put the computer down.
Shut the laptop.
Shut the laptop.
Touch grass.
Don't do it. And then immediately after, contact your financial institution.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when we talk about fraud, we always say like, just don't do it. Don't click anything. Like that is the motto. But seriously, if your financial institution wants to get a hold of you, they're going to get a hold of you however they need to, you know, like they will go through the proper channels of communicating with you. I feel like that's like the number one takeaway that I always have.
And we're never going to ask you for money.
Never.
Never. Never going to ask for money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Your financial institution will go through the proper methods of contacting you.
Yeah.
Online banking credentials, don't need her.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing I think sometimes because you are caught up in those moments of the urgency and the pressure that maybe you're not always thinking clearly, but like really at the base of it, it's like your financial institution, you've already given them all your information. So they have what they need. Now they may confirm your identity if you call them because they want to make sure that they have Miranda that they're on the phone with. But they're not going to call you and ask you for your account number or your online banking login. Yeah. Because they already have all your information.
They already have all of that. So they don't.
That's always one thing I'm like, they should have that. So this isn't real.
Yeah. I'm thankful for my anxiety in those moments because I thrive because I will shut down and I will immediately hang up the phone. Like, if you pressure me, I will shut down. You will get nothing from me. Goodbye.
No, I love that. That's just safety precautions. So we love to hear that. But I think this is such an important message too for the holiday season because like we were talking at the top of the episode, everyone's rushing. It's time to go get stuff done. Yes. But like honestly, both for yourself and for your financial institutions or your financial account's safety, slow down. Yeah. Slow down, take a beat, take a breather. It's all going to be okay. Yeah. And don't do it.
And that's literally, that is my one piece of advice actually for our last point. Okay. Which is slow down.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah. Because your critical thinking is clearer, your awareness is higher. You're able to, really see things for what they are. You can see what someone's doing. You're able to read up on the context clues. Is what I would want to say, right? Yeah. And so you are much more able to identify when someone is trying to scam you. Yeah. And then on top of that, it's the holidays. Yeah. Right? Like enjoy your family, enjoy the food. Don't look at the scale. Don't do it. Yeah. But that is the most important thing to do is really slow down. The world is still going to be there. Yep. At the end of the holiday season, right? Yep. And we still want all of your information to be secure. We want your funds to still be there as well. Yeah. And 100%. For you to not have to deal with what that entails. Yeah. So just slow down.
Slow down. That's just good advice.
It's just
I know.
Good
that's
life
why I'm
advice
like, that's just good life advice.
You make less mistakes. That's what I tell myself. I'll say, baby, you better slow down.
Hey.
Because you do. Down. Yeah, it's a good way. Good way.
And if you're wondering how to slow down, it could just always be a toss of the coin.
Great segue, my friend. Great segue.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Would recommend.
So we have coin toss.
Yes.
And we know you're a listener, so you're very aware of coin toss. Yes. But since you're our guest today, we thought we would switch up coin toss. Yeah. So instead of tossing the coin to see if me or Carol go first, you just get the coin.
We're coin tossing it.
We're tossing it over to you.
To Miranda.
This is mine.
Yeah.
Good old Abe.
Yeah. Yes. And you get to select what you want to share. Money win, a credit card confession, maybe a fraud confession that you had. I don't know.
I'm not a fraudster.
Yeah. And that's the confession. You heard it here first.
That is the confession. I'm not the fraudster. I think I I think a money win's good.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We love a money win.
Yeah, a good money win. I would say it's kind of a money / life win, but would be, I've always been a really good saver.
Okay.
Until recently, I've gone a little crazy shopping.
Okay.
But
no,
'tis
we
the
get
season.
that.
Yes.
But I would say like my money win was being able to purchase my first home at the age of 26, all by myself.
Yes.
That was like a big dream for my mom. My mom was never a homeowner, and I sadly lost her when I was 25 years old. And so to be able to then turn around a year later and purchase a home, it just felt like a big money and dream win and life win for both of us that I got to do for her.
That is so amazing.
So
Congratulations.
and I hope we get to the point, in the world where that becomes something more easily attainable for everyone. Because it is something magical to have like a home base. I call it my fortress of solitude because I can lock everyone out.
Because everyone else get out of my fortress.
I can just go in and no one cares how many ice cream bars I eat or, So that would be my money win.
Let's talk about that money win a little bit because I feel like that's a question we get a lot is how to start saving. And as a self-proclaimed great saver, do you have any tips for people who are just starting out on their savings journey? Especially since you were able to do that. Like, I feel like that's a
really
monumental.
great.
So it's such a not fancy tip, but it is
we love
so
that.
real life, which is live like you have no money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get your necessities, do what you need to do. If I like to do a thing where I'll be like, every paycheck I'll get something nice for myself, like if I really want it, you know, just something like, and it's like something to look forward to every paycheck. But ultimately, just live like, your card's gonna decline.
Wait, I kind of love that mentality though. Like live like your card's gonna decline. That's a really good tip.
I probably could put a lot of stuff back at that point. Like as I'm in line.
I think I could too. I feel like that's such a good, I know we've talked about like budgeting in previous episodes. I feel like that tip is such a good like shop, like when you're out and about doing the grocery haul, doing the necessity run. Like that's it. You just act like your card's going to decline. That's going to help me, honestly.
We're
because
taking that.
if I go out and I buy all these nice things, the people that you want to impress aren't going to care. They just aren't going to care, and it's really not worth it. And so just do the best for yourself and really hit those savings goals. And then when the day comes, then you can make that really big like baller.
The big move.
The big money move.
Home purchase.
Yeah.
It's a great money move.
So just take care of yourself. Don't worry about upholding image. Don't worry about material, because in today's society, that's like a really
100%.
That is almost what feels like all consuming is like chasing the bag and having the looks. And it's just at the end of the day, if I have peace and I'm happy, that's a huge win. And it's a huge money win.
I love that.
That's a great wrap to this episode. I think.
This has been
win.
amazing.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
teaching us some card fraud tips.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's something all of us can take away. So thank you again, and we're so glad that you were here. Well, guys, that is it for today's episode. We hope you got some good tips from Maranda, our card expert, on how to keep your card more secure. If there are some tips that you want us to cover, or you just want to share your money win with us and we share it on the podcast, we'd love to hear from you. So shoot us an email. You can email us at podcast@tvacreditunion.com. It'll come straight to us. We'll get to read it, see what you want to share with us, or if you just want to share what's going on your money journey, we would love to hear from you.
And if you just can't get enough, you can find us at TVA Credit Union on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. We're kind of all over social media, so come and find us. And also, don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube because we're posting new videos all the time. And with that being said, keep making moves with your money.